Great Kapok Tree by Lynne Cherry. One man was walking into the rainforest moments before the forest had been alive, with the sounds of squawking birds and howling monkeys. And all was quiet as the creatures watched the man and wondered why he had come. The man stopped and pointed to a great kapok tree. Then he took the axe he carried and struck the trunk of the tree.
Whack! Whack! Whack!
The sounds of the blows rang through the forest. The wood of the tree was very hard.
Chop! Chop! Chop!
The man wiped off the sweat that ran down his face and neck.
Whack! Chop! Whack! Chop!
Soon the man grew tired. He sat down to rest at the foot of the great kapok tree. Before he knew it, the heat and hum of the forest were Two boa constrictors lived in the kapok tree. They slithered down its trunk to where the man was sleeping. They looked at the gash the axe had made in the tree. Then a huge snake stood very close to the man and hissed in his ear.
Senor, this tree is a tree of miracles.
It is our home, where generations of our ancestors have lived. Do not chop it down.
Two butterflies flew near the sleeping man's ear.
Senor, our home is in this kapok tree, and we fly from tree to tree and flower to flower collecting pollen.
In this way we pollinate the trees and flowers throughout the rainforest. You see, all the living things depend on one another.
A troop of monkeys scampered down from the canopy of the kapok tree. They chattered to the sleeping man.
Senor, we've seen the ways of man. You chop down one tree, then come back for another, and another. The roots of this great tree will wither and die. Then there will be nothing to hold the earth in place.
When the heavy rains come, the soil will be washed away and the forest will become a desert.
Two cans flew down from the canopy.
Senor, you must not cut down this tree. We have flown over the rainforest and seen what happens when you begin to chop down trees. Many people settle on land.
They set fire to clear the underbrush where there was once life and beauty, only glass rooms remained.
Tree frogs have been causing water on the edge of the leaf. In squeaking voices, they piped in the man's ear.
Robert, Senor, a ruined rainforest means ruined lives. Many ruined lives.
Ribbit, you will leave many of us homeless if you chop down this great kapok tree. Ribbit?
A jaguar has been sleeping along the branch in the middle of the tree. Because his spotted coat blended into the depth of light and the shadows of the understory, no one had noticed him. Then paddling silently over to the sleeping man, he growled in his ear.
Senor, the kapok tree is home to many birds and animals. If you chop it down, where will I find my dinner?
3 tree porcupines went down from branch to branch and whispered to the man.
Adieu, 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 adieu.
Senor, do you know what we humans and animals need in order to live?
Oxygen! And Senor, do you know what trees produce?
Oxygen! If you cut down the forest, you will destroy that which gives us all life.
We need
oxygen, oxygen, oxygen.
Two anteaters climbed on the kapok tree with their babies clinging to the back. The unstripped anteater said to the sleeping man,
Senor, you are chopping down this tree with no thought for the future, and surely you know what happens tomorrow depends upon what you do today. The big man tells you to chop down a beautiful tree. He doesn't think of his own children who tomorrow must live in a world without trees.
Two three-toed sloths had begun climbing down from the canopy. When the men first appeared, only now did they reach the ground. Plodding ever so slowly over to the sleeping man, they spoke in their deep and lazy voices.
Senor, how much is beauty worth? Can you live without it?
If you destroy the beauty of the rainforest, now what would you feast your eyes?
A child from the animal tribe who lived nearby knelt over the sleeping man. He murmured in his ear,
When you awake, please look upon us with all new eyes.
At the start, before him stood the rainforest child, and all around him staring were the creatures who depended upon the Great Kapok Tree. What wondrous and rare animals they were. The man looked about and saw the sun jewels amidst the dark green forest. Strange and beautiful plants seemed to dangle in the air, suspended from the Great Kapok Tree. The man smelled the fragrant perfume of their flowers. He felt the steamy mist rising from the forest floor, but he heard no sound, for the creatures were strangely silent. The man stood and picked up his axe. He swung back his arm as though to strike the tree. Suddenly he stopped. He turned and looked at the animals and the child. He hesitated, then dropped the axe and walked out of the rainforest.